Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Tuesday, February 9th, 2010. This morning I'd like to go through detecting stack overflows in Smalltalk code. To give you an example of what I'm talking about, I created a small package with one class, and the doStuff method calls doOtherThing, and then doOtherThing calls doStuff. Obvious infinite loop. Not the kind of mistake you'd be likely to make in real code, but I've made similar mistakes with much larger bodies of code where eventually the code wraps around and calls itself in ways that I didn't expect. And if you have that, it's often difficult to detect, because when you're looking at the code, you're in that tight loop, and oftentimes it's hard to break it, or it's hard to reproduce the case, and it's difficult to see exactly where things went wrong. Well, it turns out there's a package in contributed that can help with that. If you go here to the parcel manager, and you go down to the directory view, and then you scroll down into the contributed area until you see Stack Overflow. Just go ahead and select that, and go ahead and load it. It'll load pretty quickly. It's a small package. And if I scroll down to it, you'll see that it's a pretty basic thing. You go in here to class process over on the class side, and you'll find that there's a start Stack Overflow watcher. Let me copy that code. And then there's a stop Stack Overflow watcher. So if you have something that you expect might run into problems, what you can do is this: process start Stack Overflow watcher, and then we'll do the thing in my code here that I created, the test overflow package. I'll take my overflower, new doStuff, and this is going to run immediately into an infinite loop. But instead of running endlessly, what you're going to see is it's going to break pretty quickly, because it's going to say, hey, you know, there's a Stack Overflow here, and you can go back and look through the stack and say, well, obviously doStuff is calling doOtherThing is calling doStuff, and just loops and loops, and eventually the stack watcher says, hey, you know, this is a problem. And this is very useful when you have deep stacks where it loops around on itself after a long period of time, not immediately, and then you can find the problem. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.